Hi everyone, welcome to WIC channel. My name is Rifad. So it's finally good to be back. I've been kind of off, took some time off and kind of disconnected. No, like this. Stop this down first. Start with this. Hi everyone, welcome to WIC channel. My name is Rifad. So it's finally good to be back. I would say took some time off overall from like work and YouTube and kind of disconnected from the whole the things just doing time for myself. I would say overall. So it's finally good to be back to make some videos and to produce some good content for you guys, my viewers, right? So during my time off, some great stuff happened to some of the stocks I mentioned in the past videos, and they kind of grew because some news came out and also their financials, and I thought of covering them, covering that company I would say in question, and that company is The Score. Like I'm going to show you guys here. They went from roughly around from 40 cents to the high of 54 cents. Now rating as the video has been done around at 51 cents. So it's a kind of a huge growth, I would say, in terms of pop-up shares. And surely people are gonna ask themselves why and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna cover. So first we'll start with their financials, which were pretty good. I would not even pretty good, I would say awesome overall improvement. They kind of mentioned the highlights is the app they're going to release for sports betting is on track and is on scheduled. It's just pending all approvals and stuff to be arriving shortly. So be releasing shortly. I mean, their plan is to release it before the launch of the start of the football season. So let's see that. And the Q3 revenue grew to 8.5 million versus 7.2 million, which is another up. Also, their monthly average users sessions around 395 million, and also their social media, what do you call it, their kind of YouTube and stuff like that, reached also high levels of what do you call viewerships and always beating quarter by quarter. And now we kind of go a bit in depth of financials. Like I said, millions they beat, and also their 9 months has also beat from their last year. And their loss is for sure. Their loss is pretty much bigger. This, like you can see here, they lost 1.1 million versus 45,000 from the same period, and it's mostly primarily main to is they're putting more money into the content to kind of grow their sports betting. And as to kind of grow, they have to consider a lot of expenditure into that, right? So that's kind of it. And also they won again about the 395 million in Q3, which is like around over 102 sessions per user, and on 3.9 average monthly users. So it's kind of not bad, 3.4 million average monthly users they have on their sports betting app. And their viewership on the esports grew 188%, and an additional 125,000 YouTube subscribers also were gained during the period. Right now, now the channel is surpassing 820,000 subscribers. So, which is very good, like for esports community that they're trying to create, which is great. And this was kind of a catalyst. I mean, the start of the catalyst. They released their good earnings. We are all happy. Then came couple of days later, the news came, which they went in agreements with Penn National Gaming, which really boosted the exposure, and like the catalyst happened from there. So they went in a 20-year agreement, which gave them so the application in 11 states where Penn National operates casinos and racetracks. So these rights are like first skins into certain states, then second, then third skins to that. So skins is pretty much like refer here also. Skin refers to a number of online brands an individual casino or racetrack may offer pursuing to an applicable state gaming law and regulations. So what does that mean? Pretty much is that example, like the first, like they will promote that first, then afterwards they'll promote they like in the first layer, then you go to second, third, the kind of ways they give. And to have the access also it costing 7.5 million. So how they did that was they sold shares into Penn to the Penn National Gaming. They bought shares into the score for 7.5 million US, and with that money, they paid them. So it's kind of interesting way of doing stuff. That means the Penn National Gaming gain ownership of the scores in a way. So it's kind of interesting. And also through that, they did when they did the offering, Levy family also bought more. And now this also another thing is now if there's any future gaming rights to be done, they'll cost them maybe 7.5 million or another amount. Penn National Gaming, what they would do is again buy more shares to pay the what do you call the fee, and that fee and the shares will depend on the what do you call the average price range of the trading of the stock. Compared to this time was 59 cents Canadian, which they determined on the private placement. But the future ones are going to be that, so they're going to pay them like that. So it's kind of awesome because anytime there's new areas that they can invest or new areas they can kind of exploit to open more online gaming, sports betting, sorry, gives them now don't have to like what I call give out of their own pocket because Penn will just buy more shares and pay themselves. So it's in a way Penn will become more dependent also in a way and like gain ownership in the score. So that also causes more ownership. So I kind of like the way they're doing. Yes, in a way, an existing shareholders, it's gonna dilute us, I would say, but in a positive way, I would see it as Penn now gaining a bit more ownership and caring that that even the 20-year frame they could be extended even more. So it's kind of opening doors to kind of something interesting and fantastic, I would say, overall. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. So this catalyst happening now. The gaming, the app is going to come also. So let's see what happens, right? So yeah, that's about it for this fantastic video. Like I said, I'm happy to be back. Anyone, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and also drop a comment. What do you guys think about this news release? Do you guys own the score stock? I would love to hear from you guys. So thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Whoosh!